of the world's top vegan social media influencers have converged here under one roof in Los Angeles to share their skills to inspire thousands of others to follow in their footsteps. What's the mission? What's the goal? To make plant-based the norm and make meat and dairy the exception across society to hit the vegan tipping point. Are they going to achieve that? Let's find out. The mastermind, the woman behind this entire vegan creator con, Jessica Cruz, and she is a powerhouse. She's also the woman who brings us vegan street fare coast to coast across the United States, one of the most successful vegan meetups on the planet.
I'm the founder of Vegan Street Fair, and why me? I'm not really sure. Sometimes I realize that I'm a little crazy, to be perfectly honest, because I'll never forget when I first started Vegan Street Fair, people were like, what the hell are you trying to do here? A free festival, a free vegan festival? Nobody's gonna come to that. And we became the largest vegan festival in the world really, really quickly. And that's because I think I'm not the only one who has this passion. I'm just the person who put it together. And people gravitated towards it because we all have the same mentality. We all want to help animals. We all love animals. And bare minimum, we at least like really good food, vegan or not.
They are putting together to push meat and dairy and throw veganism under the bus. We have to drag it out and pull it into the light. That's our job. How do you do that? You comment on every single post of every single person that's on this stage. You share, you engage. You do that with every single person you've networked with over this weekend. Take 30 minutes every day and just do that. Just spend some time on social media. This is very important because that's how you push the message. And look, we've been talking about algorithms all weekend. The algorithm likes that. So you know what? If the meat and dairy industry is gonna push and throw trillions of dollars into fighting against us, then we're gonna get smarter and we're gonna use the algorithm to push our message forward because we are not taking it anymore.
I realize what it takes to get people to look at what it is that I am showing them. That's how you break the algorithm. That's how you beat the algorithm. That's how you work with the algorithm. My goal with Vegan Creator Con has been to gather together vegans in the community that have a message, that want to use social media to promote a brand, promote a business, or promote veganism. And a lot of the time our message gets stuck in the ether because we don't understand how algorithms work. We don't understand how social media works. We don't understand what type of equipment we need. We don't understand why do I do YouTube? What do I use it for? And so this is a resource sharing event where creators who have been using social media to build up their brands are teaching other people how to do it too, because if we can reach more people with our message, I think that we can make more people vegan, and I think that we can at bare minimum show people what a vegan lifestyle is all about using the tools that already exist.
One of the most dramatic moments here at Vegan Creator Con occurred when somebody in the audience asked a question: why have you gone vegan? And the answers were explosive.
I went vegan because I learned that more Black people have died of disease from killing themselves that way than from the entire slave trade that we went through and complained about. And I learned that 91% of all diseases are lifestyle based, and we blame them on genetics. And so mine was a selfish reason because I said if I can be the person in my family to teach this, then I can start that cycle of us being healthy longer and having a better lifestyle. And then I learned about I was helping the animals. I was like, okay, cool, that's what's up. But honestly, it was for health first because I wanted to prevent all the diseases that I saw in my family.
First went vegan actually in the 90s when I first learned of Dr. Sebi in the birthday.
Yes.
The 1900s?
I went vegan for the animals, and like my story kind of is in line with like what I believe the movement is about, which is like gaining your power back.
I'm vegan because, like, for my soul, like, for real. You know, I was raised in a very spiritual household where we were taught, you know, I have this tattoo here, it stands for Ahimsa. It just means non-violence and compassion towards all beings, no exception, including yourself, through your actions, your words, your thoughts, and your deeds. So that is why, if I can choose a meal that is devoid of suffering and pain and violence, like that is energy that then becomes a part of your vessel. So if you can choose the more compassionate meal and live a lifestyle where every single decision that you make is infused with compassion, then now you're operating from a conscious place.
Only natural settings that we have as humans is love. Like, we don't have to learn that. Everything else, we learn how to speak. I had to learn how to speak English. But I did not have to learn how to love. That was the only setting that I had when I was born, and all of us come in that setting.
One thing's for sure, the message that these vegan leaders are trying to send is crucial for animals, for people, and for the planet.
My purpose in life is to bring energy, health, joy, and light to the world through entertainment. So when people see my plate, they see there's no meat on it, they start the conversation. They're looking at me like, oh, you don't eat meat? Or they make fun of me, they talk mess, they say, oh, you're not getting enough protein, all that stuff.
My name is Eunice from Rated V Food, and I was speaking at a panel with Tori Washington to discuss about what makes high quality content. I think initially a lot of people think that high quality content is about the video quality and the audio quality, but in reality, high quality content is about sharing valuable messages and sharing value to your audience. Always have your audience in mind first. It's not about the creator. Sure, we're the face of it, but in the end of the day, we're providing value to our audience. So for me, for example, my mission is to show that vegan food is accessible no matter where you go. It's not about missing out, it's about discovery. It's woven into every culture. So I love sharing where you can find vegan food in different cities, in different countries, here locally in Los Angeles, while you're in your kitchen, like how you can travel through food by trying a new recipe. So that's how I want to inspire people to try veganism, right? And show them it's fun, right? It's literally about discovering something new and not about missing out at all.
Shaka Smith is an actor, an attorney, and a vegan content creator who says he's used artificial intelligence to enhance all aspects of his life. As an AI expert, do you think it's important for vegans to produce content so that we are telling AI our side of the story, given that AI uses the available information to make recommendations?
Absolutely. So for instance, if I wasn't putting out that I was vegan, AI wouldn't know that. So if someone was asking about bodybuilding, they wouldn't be able to reference me and say, oh, here's a bodybuilder who's building muscle and using protein that's vegan. You can use that as an example. They wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't putting that information out there. So it works both ways. You know, we're training the AI too, and to do positive things if that's the way you're putting out your content.
The Guardian reported that the meat industry has created a master's in beef advocacy and is churning out thousands of social media influencers to advocate for eating meat and dairy products. Is this the answer?
I've never heard of this. It could be. I have heard that the meat and dairy industry puts a lot of money into creators and influencers who went off of a vegan diet and now are thriving and have glowing skin and have cured their acne and are skinnier. There's this massive movement against veganism that I think the meat and dairy industry definitely has a hand in, and I think it's very weird. Is this the antidote to that? I think it could be. Because for us, it's about resources from our peers, people who are also doing this every single day and showing people what a vegan lifestyle is all about. When you look at John, Badass Vegan, you know that he's a great representation for veganism, but he's not out there talking about veganism all the time. He's just who he is, and people gravitate towards that. So I think that that's our way of having, I guess, a masters of veganism.
So the talk was pretty much almost exclusively about social media. However, TV is an important part of the equation, and that's where Unchained TV comes into the picture. And that's what I talked about here at Vegan Creator Con.
In my talk, I gave a shout out to Unchained TV's newest hit series, Kale Crew, starring Chicago vegan restaurateur Nemanja Golubovic, who was offered a show on our vegan TV network and immediately rose to the challenge.
In that sense, I want to do more of the activism where I scream, okay? Where I am loud and I'm only gonna get louder. But I also understand and do the type of activism where I'm showing how fun veganism really is. It is, it's amazing and it's delicious and it's great. And I understand that point of view, but again, if I were in the cage, I would not be expecting you to be joyful. I would be expecting you to go and fight for me.
So you are very important, but the fact is, if we leave you with one thing, instead of wasting so much time talking to that neighbor or talking to that relative who's never going to change or who doesn't appear to ever want to change. Let's talk to large numbers of people and try to hit the tipping point. What do we want to do? We want to make veganism the norm, not the exception. We want to make plant-based the normal and meat and dairy the weird thing. Tell me what you got out of Vegan Creator Con. Why is this important?
So far, what I got out of Vegan Creator Con is the fact that there's this big community that is so willing to give and so willing to give such a great message. And they're really fun. They're not staunchy. They're not like, at one point I was in one of the conferences and one of the speakers, she was like, you know, sometimes vegans can seem like they're insufferable. But in this case, I wish the world could see really what vegans are like, because honestly, this is such a great community of people who are just having fun and eating together and supporting each other.
Vegan Creator Con, well, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, because I'm actually based in Japan and I've been there for 7 years, and I was just here for work, and I was like, I saw on Badass Vegan's page that, oh, there's Vegan Creator Con going on, and boom, right on my free day, I have time to stop by, so I came, and yeah, it was crazy. There's all my favorite vegan creators here. I joined a few of the main panel discussions. Those were amazing too. I got a lot of great insights from my own personal page, since I try to post every day an edited reel to my page. A ton of useful information for me and how to, you know, expand my reach and my audience and to hook people in, and what kind of content I should be posting, what platforms I should be posting on. All those kinds of little questions that you always have like in the back of your mind when you're creating content.
I'm a whole vibe, I'm a mood. They see I ate it up like food.
They think we're not united. They think that it's silly to produce events that are branded as vegan because people won't show up. But you're all here. And this place was packed yesterday with so much inspiration. And I can't tell you how much this event has exceeded my expectations.
Thank you so much. We have networking, we have dinner. It's not over. You guys can go ahead and head over into the Pikachu room. And thank you all so much.
They see I ate it up like food. She came, she ate, and she ain't leave no crumbs up on the plate. I'm a whole vibe, I'm a mood. They see I ate it up like food.